allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will read the Board of Canvassers report of the election. The top 5 vote getters was Annette Burchell, Kim Corcoran, Jim Mildren, Brandon Tower, and Rick Simo. We had a 17% turnout approximately, with Annette Burchell being the top vote getter at 466, and then Kim Corcoran was 449. So that was that. And if you'd like to all stand, and I will administer the oath. Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Mayor Annette Burchell, Mayor Pro Tem Kim Corcoran, Jim Mildren, Rick Simo, Brandon Tower as commissioners, with your term expiring November 2017. In and for the city of Ironwood, County of Gilbert, State of Michigan, according to the best of your ability.
I do.
Okay. I'm going to just pass those down. And I would like to turn the meeting over to... Oh, yes. I forgot the wall. You're all present. I'd like to turn the meeting over to Mayor Annette Burchell, please.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay. Item E, approval of the, first. May I have a motion to receive and place on file the Board of Canvassers report dated November 3rd, 2015, as reported by Karen Gullen?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item, approval of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor? We'll do a roll call vote on this.
Please. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mildren?
Yes.
Simo?
Yes.
Tower?
Yes.
Burchell?
Yes. Motion carried. Item F, approval of the agenda. I know there's one item I would like to add, item L1, which is consideration of appointment to the Carnegie Library Board. Any other additions?
I do believe we're eliminating item M. Is that correct?
That's correct.
correct. Yes.
That is correct, too.
Thank you, Rick.
I'll make a motion, we approve the agenda as present, or as amended.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next item, adoption of the rules of the commission. May I have a consideration for a motion?
I'll make a motion we approve the current used rules of the commission.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item H, consider appointment of the, item H1, consider appointment of the city manager.
Just have one quick question, Madam Mayor. Can we do all of these at once, or do we have to do them separately?
Let's do the top 3 together and then the 4th separately, because we'll need a roll call vote for the city attorney position.
I will make a motion that we appoint the city manager, Scott Erickson, the city clerk, Karen Gullen, and the city treasurer as Paul Lynn.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Yes.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item 4, consider appointment of the city attorney, which would be Dean and Pope, at the new hourly rate of $115 per hour.
What was the old rate? Was it 110?
105, I believe, 105.
And the new rate would be effective January 1st, 2016.
I will make a motion, we hire Dean and Pope to be our city attorney.
Support.
Discussion?
Is that for this 1 year or for the 2 years?
2 years, I believe. Is that correct, Karen?
Usually it runs with the commission's term.
Run-
It's up to you.
Runs with the commission's term?
But Karen said it's up to us.
It's up to you.
If you want me to include the length of the term, I will amend my motion to be, I would like to, I recommend we appoint Michael Pope. Dean and Pope is our city attorney for the next 2 years
At the rate.
at the rate of $115 per hour.
Good. All right, and support by
Support.
Commissioner Corcoran. Any further discussion? Do we want a roll call on this? Okay.
Mildred?
Yes.
Semo?
Yes.
Power?
Yes.
Corcoran?
Yes.
Birchall?
Yes. Item J, consider designation of the city depository to be River Valley State Bank.
Do we have item I?
You skipped item I.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Consider appointment of the city assessor by the city manager. Scott?
My appointment would be to continue with Dennis Hewitt. He's been doing a great job for the last 20 years, and if I could have the council's concurrence with that.
And again, do we need to specify that that is for the next 2 years? I think we should just.
I think that's consistent with what the commission has done in the past.
I'd make a motion to approve the city manager's appointment of Dennis Hewitt as city assessor for the next 2 years.
Support?
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item J, consider the designation of the city depository to be River Valley State Bank.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. And motion carried. Item K, consider designation of official newspaper and official radio stations to be the Daily, well, actually just the Daily Globe now, WJMS, WIMR, and WBM, WHRY.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? Motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item L1, various committee appointments. Typically, the mayor is asked to be on the Carnegie Library Board, and,
Excuse me, Madam Mayor.
yes,
Item L.
should we do L first and then L1?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Consider appointment of one commissioner and one alternate commissioner to the Gogebic Iron Wastewater Authority and Board.
I've been on that commission for the last 4 years, and I would be willing to remain on that commission.
I will make a motion that we appoint Commissioner Tower to the Gogebic Iron Wastewater Board, Authority and Board.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Do we need an alternate commissioner?
Yes.
As well?
And that is a voting position, correct?
Correct, yes.
I cannot take that one. I'm going to be having pretty many others. So,
Could we go over what time, what their meeting schedule is?
That one?
Yes.
Is that the fourth Wednesday at 2 p.m.?
Yes.
Jim, if you're not able, I will,
can I ask how many times the alternate has to
Yeah.
fill in for you?
None.
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 In 4 years. That's remarkable. That deserves a hand.
I haven't been to all the meetings, but I've tried to attend as many as I can.
If no one else can absolutely do it, I understand the restrictions everyone has. I would do it. I would appreciate it if someone's position changes, that we could change that, though. So I will agree to be the alternate for now.
I'll make the motion to appoint Commissioner Semo as alternate
Support.
to the wastewater board.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No, I'm sorry. Back to item L1, appointment of a commissioner to serve on the Carnegie Library Board. As I mentioned before, typically the mayor sits on the library board, but
I've served on the library board, and if it is all right with you, I'd like to continue serving on the library board.
that's fine.
I
Thank
would
you.
make a motion to approve Commissioner Corcoran to the library board.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Jumping to item N, consider appointment of one commissioner to the Planning Commission.
I don't know if anyone else is dying to have this position. I've done it for the last 6 years, and I would be willing to do it again, but if someone else wants it, go for it. So, I'm there.
The meeting is on Thursdays.
It's on Thursdays, I believe at 5:30, 5 or 5:30.
Not Wednesdays?
No, they changed it.
Okay.
Correct, Ms. Michael?
It's the first Thursday of the month at 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock.
It's a non-voting one.
It's a non-voting.
Okay. I guess at this point, I'd like to see Commissioner Semo, if able, I
Sure.
will help, but
All right.
at this point, I can't commit.
I'll make a motion to appoint Commissioner Semo to the Planning Commission.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item O, consider appointment of a commissioner to the Pat O'Donnell Civic Center.
And when does that meet?
I was informed today, first Monday at 5 o'clock.
I have that open.
I will make a motion, we appoint Commissioner Mildren to the Civic Center Board.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Motion carried. Item P, consider appointment of one commissioner to the Park and Recreation Committee.
Again, I was on that the last term, and I would do it again. I'm the retired guy.
That works for me. I'll make a motion to appoint Commissioner Semo to the Parks and Rec Committee.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. Consider appointment, item Q, of one commissioner to the Historic Ironwood Theater Board as an ex officio non-voting member.
And again, that was me last time around. However, they do allow me to vote. I asked Scott earlier today what that means. If they're-
Right. I did confirm that their bylaws would allow the city commissioner to vote on their board, and they said that is correct, and they would definitely embrace that also.
And I would agree to do that again.
Consideration?
I'll make a motion that we appoint Commissioner Semo to the Historic Ironwood Theater Board as ex officio voting member?
A voting member,
As a
yes.
voting member.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Item R, Citizens wishing to address the commission on items on the agenda, a three-minute limit. Please come up to the podium and state your name and address.
Yes, my name is Randall Cassidy, 24 Lake Avenue. I would oppose the appointment of Kim
Corcoran?
Corcoran to the library board. Reason being, I feel that would be a total conflict of interest because the director of the library is a spouse of the city manager. So being in that capacity that she's in, board member on the board, I truly think it's a conflict of interest and it'd be in the best interest of the city of Ironwood to appoint someone who would be a neutral party in that regards.
Thank you for your comment.
There will be no action on the comment?
No,
No response?
no.
If you want me to answer for myself, I don't see a conflict of interest at all, and I'm fine to say that. I don't know if it's within my purview to say that, but
I've served on the library board for the last 4 years. I don't know, Madam Mayor, if it's okay if I speak.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I've served on the board for the last 4 years as mayor, commissioner. I guess I'm not sure what the conflict would be any different between whether it was myself or any of the other commissioners. And we have gone through the city attorney before, and it is appropriate that if the mayor wants to appoint somebody to that board, and so if the...
All right, yeah. Yes, that's your answer. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Next item, citizens wishing to address the commission on items not on the agenda. Again, a 3-minute limit.
Yeah.
You may please come up to the podium again.
Yeah, Randall Cassidy, 342 Lake Avenue. As you should all be aware, Gouin County has the highest poverty rate in the Upper Peninsula. Low-paying jobs, we don't work for the city, county, the state, which will consider the state. We're working for peanuts in this community. We have Andrews here, Jack Tractors, Ironwood Plastics, and you people, and your community development director does nothing for the community to encourage that these industries get unionized. So, us average Joes can make a decent living, you know, because it is ridiculous, the pay scale in this area. It truly is, it's horrendous. But you never hear anyone back in any union representation. But if you work for the city, you have union representation. If you work for the county, you have union representation. If you work at the school, you have union representation. So you have a retirement, you have a nice salary, you have a comfortable living. Why all of us and others sweat it, you know, for the peanuts that they offer. Yeah, they're big employers, but so what? You know, if they don't feel like they can unionize, tell them to send them down the road. They're great. You know, we are the home of the Stormy Cromer. Bob Jackart doesn't like, you know, being questioned and asked to bring in the union. Well, we're still home of Stormy Cromer. If he leaves, he's not going to have a new home. Well, he can call it a new home. But this is the home of Stormy Cromer. And his facility employs over 100 individuals, is my understanding. And I just can't understand why. You know, the only reason I can think why is because, you know, we would bring in more educated people that I would think would increase standard of life for a lot of citizens in this community, and it would bring people wanting to move here, and bring their families here, and increase our tax base. But so many people are compliant, so compliant in this community. Only 17% voted. You know, that just shows you how complacent most of the voters are, I guess. You know, it is what it is. But you would think that you would, as a commission for the city, would encourage you know, I don't know, and I don't understand why. You really don't.
Madam-
Deckard's not that strong. He is a large player, but it's peanuts. I mean, there's people there that have been employed for 20 years and losing their jobs.
Madam Mayor, may I comment, please, sir? I believe Michigan is a right-to-work state, so that means that we, as the commissioner, the mayor, the city, we don't have the authority to tell businesses to be a union or endorse a union or support a union or have a union or anything like that. That's something that's got to be worked out with each business. But it is a right-to-work state, so we cannot, force a company to have a union. But, well, it just kind of sounds like you were asking us to take action, and I don't believe that is part of our job description or our ability to do that. But, okay. Well, okay. Thank you.
You can just suggest, I'm not asking.
Okay.
You can't tell anybody anything. But you can certainly make suggestions.
Thank you very much for your comment, Mr. Kasich. Anyone else? Next, we have a presentation by our Community Development Director, Michael Brown, an update on the comprehensive plan.
Thank you. Commissioners, next month I come before you to give you an update on the plan and major projects. Typically read the vision statement, the guiding principle, and give you an overview. So just to give you a heads up on what to expect every month. Nurturing the tales of our past, building trails for our future. Nestled in Wild Michigan. Ironwood is a year-round destination that attracts residents and visitors alike. With world-class recreational opportunities from traditional activities like skiing and biking to emerging and innovative adventure sports, vibrant civic spaces and cultural institutions, thriving businesses, intriguing historical attractions, and a welcoming, safe, and collaborative atmosphere. Ironwood is a vibrant, unique, small town where people can enjoy the quality of life. Loosely translated, strength of will and courage in the face of adversity. The finished word system calculates the spirit of the Ironwood community. The ethos of sisters is evident in the stories of Ironwood's past or in the early days of the mining town. World War I for Ironwood residents gave their lives in service to this country. The same resilient spirit continues to drive Ironwood today. As community members work together to preserve and promote the prosperity and heritage of the Ironwood community, while forging new paths, uncovering new opportunities, and creating new stories for the future. So this month, the guiding principle is a rich story. It reads, Ironwood is a community of stories with rich heritage, hard work, service, family, and community. Community history is celebrated in the town's historic buildings and sites, throughout through institutions, events, and programs that make visible the many storylines of a tapestry-driven community life. So an update from last month, during the month of October. Most projects are kind of coming to a close at the end of the year. We started after the plan with an 18-month process for its first year of projects. So the year's coming to a close. All the committees this month are going to be working on their goal setting for the next year of 2016. A number have already done that when we'll be approving those goals in December. But a few things that have taken place in October. As many of you know, the Miners Park Master Plan is underway right now. The Miners Park Heritage Group has been working on conducting listening sessions and holding meetings with the various interest groups regarding that park. Our new art park had an art class held where students from the elementary school came down and had a class there, which was kind of nice to see happen. And really, other just day-to-day operations, but those are the kind of major projects. Like I said, this month and next month, things are already kind of wrapping up, so we're gearing up for the next year on projects. With that, I answer any questions you might have.
Just a question about the Little League grant that we applied for. We got preliminary scoring a while ago.
We received a preliminary score. We submitted updated information, and December is typically when the ENR makes announcements. So sometime in December, we should hear whether or not we received the grant.
What was your preliminary score?
I don't remember what's on my head. It was so-so.
And have we made any progress on our branding concept? Where are we with that?
Sure. The branding project will actually be bringing back to you at the next meeting. We're going to have work session prior to the next meeting to just kind of give you a little more thorough update on the comprehensive plan, and then also talk about our ending project. So we hope to see some action at the next meeting.
And Michael, the branding project, is it, when did it start and where is it?
So that was a project that was identified as for this first year of the comprehensive plan. The city commission has designated $5,000 towards that project, and we've been in a fundraising campaign to raise the remaining funds that we feel are necessary to complete the project. So we're at that point where we believe we have adequate funds, and now the next step is to authorize go out for a request for proposal and solicit firms that specialize in branding and marketing.
I asked because I was involved in a project similar to that 10 years ago for the city of Ironwood, and I remember some of the things that came out of it. But one of the things was that they wanted Ironwood to move forward with this up north theme, and they wanted all of the buildings painted to look like Minocqua and Mercer. And I can remember commenting on that because one of the things that separates us from everything else is this beautiful memorial building and our Ironwood Theater. And I didn't like the concept of Ironwood being an up north town. Just to tell you, I think that this town, with arts being centered here, with our beautiful memorial building, the old-fashioned churches, we have something a little higher, upscale to offer.
And like I said, before the next meeting, we're going to be having a work session, and I'll go into more detail on the project and kind of the steps and what's involved with that. So those are good points that you make.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. I believe we have no items under old business nor under new business, so we'll move forward to the city manager's report.
All right, thank you. What I'll do is at each meeting just give you a snapshot of some of the things that are going on that might be of interest. It's not all comprehensive, but hopefully through the highlights. Again, talking with staff, we want to welcome the new commission aboard. We're energized, looking forward, moving the city forward. Some of the steps that we'll be taking with you to help identify our goals. Again, we have limited resources, so we want to make sure we focus those in the most efficient way as we can. So we'll go through a goal-setting process with the city commission to get your goals as a commission. That's one thing we do every year. Some of the commissioners have been through that, and we'll go through it with the group again. We also have the MML. We have a representative coming in. Scott McGinnis is the UP representative for the MML. He'll come in and give a new commissioners workshop. So again, for the new commissioners, any existing commissioners that want to attend too, it's always informative and enlightening. We have a date set, Karen?
It's November 19th at 5:30, and I'll be here at the Memorial Building.
And we'll also invite our other communities, Bessemer and Wakefield, if they would like to attend also. We've been in contact with them, and some of their new commissioners will be part of that also. So that's a good process. So again, that all gets us set up, and ultimately we roll a lot of this into our budget process, which will be coming up after the first of the year. Paul Lynn will be walking us through that. It's a very comprehensive process, and again, somewhat challenging sometimes. We have more projects than we have money typically, but again, a very good process to work through, and I think we get a good bang for our buck. So we're looking forward to that. Project-wise, as you see, a lot of our projects are wrapped up for the season. Luckily, we had a nice summer and fall here, so things are wrapped up for the summer. You won't see a lot of activity going on. Again, things will open back up next spring. We do have one ongoing project that'll be going on through the year. It's not a construction project, but it's the Aurora Land Survey. The city's hired Coleman Engineering, their surveyors, to do an assessor's plat in the Aurora neighborhood. That area was previously platted, and people actually did not own their properties. So they're working through that. They're meeting with the property owners. They're about 95% complete with their initial survey up there, and they'll be going through a process of actually identifying where property lines are, and then going through a process with the state to actually plat that neighborhood so that people can actually own the property that their house exists on. So again, that'll be ongoing all winter long. We're also working continuously, even now. The city had received a grant. It was called the Hardest Hit Blight Grant for demolition of blighted properties, blighted structures. And again, a number of staff have been working on that very diligently. It's quite challenging process, but again, we're lucky and grateful to have the grant funding to help take down some of these structures. Right now, for this round, we're at 14 structures that have been taken down, blighted structures. There's 2 more that the commission has approved for demolition, and those should be coming down over the next week or 2. They're going through an environmental remediation process right now, taking out any asbestos that's in there before they can demolish the 2 properties. And then there's 11 more properties, I believe, that are in the process, so that'll be coming back to the commission. They're going through the process of acquiring the properties, and those will be coming back to you for recommendation to go out for bids. And again, those would be bid out over the winter, some of the demolition occurring in the winter and springtime, just due to the nature of the grant that we're working with. There's a deadline date next spring that we have to have everything done by. So you'll be at about roughly 27 properties when you're all said and done.
Did Sioux Country Contracting make their deadline on those that we extended?
They did, yes. They met their deadline, and they're completed with all their projects under their deadline that was set, so that worked out well. And the last 2 properties are under contract with Angelo Lupino, and he's taken 1 down and has 2 more to go. So, and they should be well within schedule right now. Over the past many years, say the last 3 to 5 years, our public safety department and our water utility department has been working very aggressively on our water infrastructure. Basically, our water distribution lines, our fire hydrants, our fire suppression equipment and training down at public safety. You're going to be hearing more about this at your next meeting. We're going to have a presentation on this. It's a pretty big deal. They've accomplished lowering our fire rating rate in the city from a 6 to a 4, and that's tied to insurance. So it has a significant financial ramification. So I'm just going to leave it at that. You'll get a full presentation at the next meeting from some of the people that have been working this, but it's a big deal. Some cities work very hard to get it down 1 point, and they made a 2-point change, which is very something to be very proud of. Staff has also been working on, just to get you an update on, we have 2 projects for next spring that have been grant approved and grant funded. It's Curry Park. There's some new electrical upgrades in the park, and Michael and others have been working on the specification, getting the specification finished up to go up for bids. So that's been finished. He's working that through the process right now, and it'll be out for bid this winter. And the second project that grant funding has been approved for is the Depot Park Playground, the playground structure out there. So again, they're working on that, getting that through the whole process, review process, and again, the bid specs have been completed, and they'll be going out for bids here over the winter, and the commission will be seeing that. We'll be bringing that back to the commission once the DNR has blessed that. Staff has also been working on a bid spec for the Carnegie Library. They have a grant through the State Historic Preservation Office to do some tuck pointing on the building, some repair to the structure, that type of thing. So again, Dennis and others have been working on that, and that project spec has been essentially completed, and that's going to be reviewed by the State Historic Preservation Office here shortly, and then bid out over the winter for, again, spring 2016 construction. And in addition, going on, starting next week, I think the city auditors will be in to start doing the city audit. That's something that is annually done. They come in and review the city's finances. And again, all staff is involved in that. Paul takes the lead on it as the treasurer, finance director, and all department heads participate in that. The auditors come in and do an independent audit, and then the results will be presented to the commission. That takes about probably a 2-month process. Paul?
Yeah, it should be about 6 weeks.
6 weeks? So that'll be ongoing. And last but not least, we have the Jack Frost Parade coming up. We have Michael Meyer, the chamber director here. And Michael, I believe that's set for Friday, December 4th. And again, weather right now looks, I'm not sure, but we've had both warm ones and cold ones. So we'll see where we end up with the Jack Frost Parade on the 14th. So. Oh, excuse me, 4th. Okay. Friday, December 4th. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, because I just...
I have one more. We got the canathon starting too. It started today. We've been collecting food for the city, for the food pantry for the last 19 years. And it ends on December 2nd, right before Jack Frost Parade. And I think in 19 years we've generated over 50,000 pounds of food. So we have a lot of different job sites where we can drop on your office.
You know?
I just want,
Oh, go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to confirm, Jack Frost Parade is, because the notes, your month-end report says Saturday, December 20th.
You've got one that was a typo, you got, so disregard that.
Okay.
The correct one is the Friday the 4th. So, thank you for pointing that out. Then you got an old copy, sorry about that. So,
Can I ask a question about the Canathon? That's any non-perishables?
Yep. And I got a list of golf clubs and also here at the building, and then at the table for it, we can pick it up. And the high school has their LTC kids that drop it off, and then college has a bunch that would also bring it to the local food pantry.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
yep.
Item V, other matters. Any commissioners have any comments?
I'll start. I just want to applaud IPSD for the ISO rating. That's big. Thank you guys for all the work that you've done. And I'm very proud over the past 4 years, 6 years that I've been involved with the progress that Ironwood's made. And I look forward to working with the whole group here. I think we have a good group that'll keep moving Ironwood forward. So just want to say welcome and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. And I'd like to say a couple of things. First of all, I should remember this. I'm on the leadership team for Santa's headquarters, and this is our 10th year. So it's 10 years helping 400 children a year from all of Gogebic County with Christmas presents, food for Christmas dinner, all of those things. The city of Ironwood is a big partner with us. They put a tree up, and then we have the distribution here for all of the parents of the children come here on December 9th, and it's the only morning of the year at the Memorial Building where the line starts at 6 a.m. and there are hundreds of people outside. So that's exciting. And then with this recent election, thank you all. We have a great bunch of people here today. The Chamber of Commerce, thank you for that. Meet the candidates. You created some excitement. You did a wonderful job. And my fellow commissioners, both present and past, is there a formal way? No, that do we do something to thank any commissioners who have resigned or not been elected, or have you done that already?
It has not been done yet, so it's something that we have done in the past and could do at a future meeting.
Yes. So if we can somehow, I'm not sure.
Acknowledge and thank.
Acknowledge and thank, exactly, as a vote, I would guess. And just looking forward to this next 2 years, and the progress that has been made. One of the things I wanted to say at that debate, but I forgot to say, was that in my job, I've been lucky enough to know, I know all of the mayors, the administrators from all of the cities. And over the years, I've said to the mayor or the manager at Hancock, I've said to the mayor and the manager at Marquette, I've said to the manager at Houghton, how do you view Ironwood? How is our city commission and how is our manager and how are our administrative people doing? Every one of them for the past 4 years has said, this city is moving forward and they're doing a great job. So that's from out of the area, and that's a reflection on you and all of you. So thank you.
I just have a question. Would you like a formal motion to send a letter of appreciation to the outgoing commissioners?
I think we'll bring them back in for a plaque.
We don't need that. If you'd like to, otherwise what we've done in the past too is we've had a formal plaque and had a plaque presentation before the meeting, but whatever your wishes are, we could do either one or both, or.
I would be fine suggesting that the city make a motion that the city send a letter of thanks to the two outgoing commissioners.
Support.
So we have a motion to send a letter of thanks to the outgoing commissioners. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
wanted to say thanks to the residents of Ironwood for the opportunity to sit up here one more time, and say I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. I think we have a good crew, staff and commission, city employees. I think we're do fine.
And I would just like to echo those comments, both yours and Kim's.
As do I. I think we have a great commission, we have a great staff, and we have great community members, and I look forward to working with all of you to strengthen and grow our city. Very good. Adjournment.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Do we vote on that? All in favor? Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Blissfully short. Yeah, something fun. I wasn't too clear up, I'll be honest. Kicking myself in the back.